This video will teach you how to organize and run a Bioblitz in a few simple steps. We'll also go over how to create an iNaturalist project to easily collect your biodiversity observations on the day of your event. A Bioblitz is a concerted effort to record all the species present in an area within a given time frame. They're a great way to connect with community and learn more about the biodiversity in a certain place. Bioblitzes can be super customizable and adjustable depending on your needs. They can have a wide species focus or can be more targeted towards specific groups. So we're going to head down to China Creek North Park in Vancouver, BC, and check out the pollinator garden down there. So let's go see what we can find. The first step is to choose your location for your Bioblitz. The location that we chose today is the China Creek North Park Pollinator Garden. The next thing you'll want to decide is your species of focus. You can keep it as broad or as specific as you'd like. For example, you can make it as broad as to include all species that you find in the area, or you can make it more specific by focusing on insects or birds or mammals or any taxonomic group of your choice. So let's actually start filling out some of this information in an iNaturalist project. Go to iNaturalist.ca and log into your account, and then go to the community drop-down menu in the top taskbar here and select projects. That'll take you to the iNaturalist page that shows some featured projects in your area, and you'll click Start a Project here, which will then take you to another page describing the different iNaturalist projects you can create. We're going to create a collection project because that automatically adds observations that meet the specified criteria. So we're going to click Get Started, and that'll take you to the page that you fill out the details of your project on. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling in some of these details. So as you can see, I've filled in the project name, I've given it an icon, a project banner, and I've also filled in the summary. The only ones that you need to fill in are the ones with this star. Definitely do the starred ones because those are required. And now I'm going to scroll straight down to observation requirements. These tell iNaturalist which observations to include in your project. So the first one tells iNaturalist the species group of focus. So for example, if you're focusing on insects, then you could type in insect, select that, and only insects will be added to your project. Similarly, if you were focusing more specifically on beetles, you could select beetles. Maybe you were doing butterflies and beetles, so you could select both of those, and all of those would be included in your project. My iNaturalist project, we're keeping it broad, so I'm not going to fill in anything here. And the next box is where you fill in your location. So I'm going to type in China Creek. There it is. If your location does not show up, double check that you spelt it correctly. If you're holding your Bioblitz in a public park or another public area, chances are it's in iNaturalist already. But on the off chance that it's not, just look up how to add a place on iNaturalist. There's lots of resources that can help you do that. And then in the next box here, this is where you'd include usernames if you wanted to only include observations from specific people. So say you were doing a Bioblitz in a public area and you didn't want to include any observations from other people, only the people that you've invited, then you would include all of their usernames here. Those are pretty much the most essential ones. I'm just going to skip over this section because it doesn't really apply to me. The next section that is very important is the date observed. This tells iNaturalist to only include observations that were taken on the specified date or in a range of dates. So I'm going to select the date that my Bioblitz is happening. If you were having it over the weekend or over a week, then you would select the start and end date. And the rest of it I'm not too concerned about, so I'm just gonna click done, and that's that. This is what your iNaturalist project will look like once people have started to add observations. The overview shows how many observations have been recorded in total, how many species there have been, how many users have identified those observations, and how many users have contributed observations. It also features some recent observations here and shows some project leaderboards. As your event progresses, you can continue to monitor the project to track what people have seen. Step 3. Invite your friends and community. Don't forget to also invite researchers, specialists, local iNat users, and other collaborators to maximize the amount of biodiversity data collected. Now that you've organized all of the details for your event, the last thing to do is to actually do it. Go to your location at the chosen time with your chosen people and take as many photos of biodiversity as you can. Be safe and have fun.
Nice. You crushed that.
Okay. So go to your location at the time that you've set and take as many photos of stuff as you can. I hated that. That's what you said you were gonna say. A Bioblitz. Oh my god. The next thing you'll need to decide is your Sorry.
It's okay. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. All the videos going.